here to talk a little bit about our seventh habit in our 10 habit series of Ayurveda and yoga. And habit 7 is silent sitting, or we might call it meditation. So it's such a vital part of our routines to sit and just pause, to take some time, even if you don't have a formal meditation practice, which many people don't. Even just taking time just to sit in silence. That can be with your eyes closed, it can be with your eyes open. Obviously, if your eyes are open, you want your eyes to be gazed on something kind of nourishing, like maybe greenery or the sky, or just something that's pleasing to your eyes. And I talked a few days ago about this idea of Brahma Muhurta, this really special, magical time of the day, particularly first thing in the morning, sort of just before we wake up, as we're waking up, like around the dawn time, when we're at our most impressionable. And that's really the time when our meditation practice, our reflective sitting practice, whatever it is that you call it or that you do specifically, is the most impactful to our physical, emotional, mental, spiritual health. So taking time every day to just sit and to pause is so important. And as I mentioned, even if you don't have a formal meditation practice and that feels a little bit too kind of far away, like far-fetched for you right now, just taking time each day just to sit, even if it's just to take 6 deep breaths. So many of us are just constantly on, we're constantly doing, we're moving from one thing to the next, to the next, to the next. We're surrounding ourselves with busyness, we're on our phones, we're on our computers. We're really moving so quickly through life that oftentimes we forget to just stop and pause. So if you find yourself in that kind of mental space where you just feel yourself so overwhelmed, so busy, and perhaps the word busy rolls off your tongue constantly, and you find yourself saying to people, I'm just so busy, I'm just so busy, try just pausing throughout your day. And if you feel like exploring a meditation practice, if that is not part of your repertoire at the moment, then there are so many great apps for meditation. So there's one called Insight Timer, which I have some recorded practices on, and actually that's one of the best ones. It's a free app, and there's tens of thousands of meditation practices, breathwork practices, really anything that you can imagine is on there. So as I mentioned, even if you're just taking like 5 minutes a day just to sit and pause, the difference in your day will actually be pretty huge, especially sort of compounded over time. So you may not, and this happened to me when I first started meditating or dabbling with meditation. I didn't instantly notice a difference, and I was kind of expecting this quick fix. You know, I was expecting this kind of aha moment, this, I don't even know what I was expecting, but just something really big and profound to happen. And nothing big and nothing profound happened for a really, really, really long time. But over time, the compounded impact of meditation, of my practice, and I sit every single day in some form of silent sitting, in some form of meditation, and the impacts are massive. So really just thinking about that, like if there is a resistance to meditation, or you've maybe like dipped your toe in and, you know, perhaps it hasn't really been that sort of impactful, is really thinking about it as a compounded interest activity. Is that if you do meditate, even just for 5 minutes every day for the next 20 years, your life will look very, very different to if you don't. So it's worth investing those 5 minutes or more a day into that practice, because it helps us to become a lot less reactive, to really tune in deeper with our intuition, to gain much more clarity on where we are and where we want to go, and just brings a little bit more spaciousness into the body, into the mind, and into the spirit. Cool. So that's what I've got for today on silent sitting or meditation. I'd love to hear from you. If you have a practice, what is it that you do? If you don't have a practice, what's stopping you? me know.